What's up? I'm Adam Wood.
And I'm Mica Wood.
And today we're gonna run some errands.
So, what brings you to New York?
I'm racing the Mini 10K in Central Park tomorrow.
Yes, short weekend trip. We're only here for a few days, so we won't be able to see all of New York, unfortunately. But I did pack some, let's see, I have a lot of shoes. I packed some Nike Alpha 3s because I did a little workout in Central Park. And then I packed my Nike Vomeros as well. So.
And then I only packed one pair of trainers, and that is the Brooks Glycerin Max. I've been liking that a lot. And then I also brought the Nike Alpha Fly 3 to race it.
And what are we doing today?
We are in Brooklyn Running Co. and we're here to check out some shoes and see what they got.
What are some shoe must-haves?
I typically look for a shoe that can handle a ton of miles. I don't know.
Yeah,
and one that looks good too.
We run high mileage, so something that's durable. Usually for me, I'm like more of a neutral runner, so that's kind of what I look for. And then obviously gotta get some cute colors in there. Some girly pinks and purples, whatever. I like that. I like the high cushion, but I also want to feel like I can feel the ground when I'm running.
Yep.
I don't want it to be too high of a cushion,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty simple. I like to run in a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I like to know like what you like to run in and what you recommend.
Yeah. Yeah, so typically, when people come in, we keep things really objective in here. So if you ask me my opinion, I'm happy to share it, but we will do an analysis first. I'll just make sure we're in the right sort of shoe, and then from there, I'll fit you, and then we'll get some options on your feet.
Adam, what shoe kicked off your running journey?
I want to talk about my first shoe that I ever wore. Freshman year, cross country, I went to Payless, bought like a no-name brand shoe. Didn't know what I was doing. Ran that for a full season. Luckily survived with no injuries. But after that, I was a little more knowledgeable and I knew that I needed to go to a running store. So my very first running shoe was actually like a Nike Structure. It's a good like for supportiveness, and I needed that when I was younger, I guess. But yeah, first one, Nike Structure.
And what's in the current rotation?
My current running rotation is I pick out my favorite shoes and I make sure I have them every time. Currently, I'm running in the Nike Vomeros. I like that. They're new-ish. They're like the Vomero, I don't know the number, like 18 maybe. Vomero 18s. I'll run the Brooks Glycerin Maxis. For super shoes, right now I tried the Puma Fast R3. Favorite super shoe I've ever tried so far. And then, I got some like floaters, things that I'll just wear every once in a while.
I have been loving the Nike Alpha Flight 3. I used it for my Houston half in January and I really liked it. I also, for my debut half, I wore the Saucony Elite 2s and really liked those too.
And when do you know a shoe is officially done and it's time for something else?
Usually for me, I feel like my legs start to feel a little heavier than usual. I don't know if you feel that way too. But.
Yeah, it's more of a vibes thing for me, really. When my legs start to feel dead, then I'm like, okay, it's probably maybe the shoes. I also I've been running for a long time, so I'm a heel striker, and this will wear first thing. So when this rubber on the outside starts to wear, that's when I'm like, okay, I got probably 300 to 400 miles. Probably done, good to go. And I'm always looking for excuses to buy more shoes anyways.
He loves going to the store and trying every shoe possible. I mean, in college or in high school, our coach always told us you should just go to a running store and try it. And so I think we went to the same high school actually, and it just stuck with us since. I don't know, it's just fun to try it out, get a feel for it before you make the big purchase. The shoes are expensive.
But sometimes the colorways are nice online, so you get to be a little more selective. But it's nice to come to a store, pick the model that you like, and then you can always go and order in a shoe in the color you like.
Yeah, for me, I kind of like lighter colors on my feet. I don't love black shoes as much. And honestly, I've been having a fun time playing around with my outfits, and I'll kind of see what colors match with my outfit. But at the end of the day, I really just want a shoe that works well. So if there's no specific colorway in store that I specifically want, I'll get a different one and still use it. But yeah.
She likes the girly colors.
Yeah, I'm a girly pop runner. Adam, he likes more of the basics, you know,
I like
the
all white.
whites, the
All white,
blacks.
yeah.
He actually, you like pink though. You're not afraid of some pink.
No, I'm not afraid of some pink.
We'll start with you here, Mica. So we've got the Cloud Monster Hyper.
Oh no way. Okay, I've actually used the On Cloud Monster, but I haven't tried the Hyper.
Okay. Well, this is kind of a bit of a level up.
Okay.
Yeah. A pretty fun, responsive, sort of like a long run shoe.
Right.
It definitely gives you a lot of energy return as well. So the more you give it, the more it's going to give you. And
Yeah.
the color's just.
These honestly almost feel like super shoes.
First thing I look for when putting on a shoe is like, I got skinny feet. So my feet, it's like really how the shoe, I feel like the shoe can wrap around it. That's what I want. I don't want to be like swimming in a shoe.
Usually for long runs, we like to pick up the pace. And I just feel like it's hard to find, I don't know, I think everyone talks about like getting a daily trainer and then getting like your racing shoe, but finding something like in the middle where it's like so responsive, you can run fast, but then you can still log a lot of miles in them. So yeah, it was my first time racing in Central Park, first time racing in New York, and yeah, the vibes are just great. I mean, the competition was stacked, and yeah, I just felt like, you know, dream come true to be able to be in that field and put myself in the mix, and ended up running pretty well. I was, you know, 10 to 15 seconds off like my track 10K personal best. So considering it was a pretty, you know, hilly course, I'm happy with it, and I think it's a good step moving into like the rest of my summer racing.
What's your vibe on the state of the shoe market?
I think a lot more brands are paying attention to like what the runners actually want and what the runners like. So it makes coming into a running store like that much better, because you just get to like, it's really hard to walk away with a bad shoe because every company's kind of like coming out with better shoes, which I like.
I really have been trying, or I've been wanting to try the new Puma shoes. You have them, right?
Yeah. Puma Fast R3.
Yeah, Puma's killing it, so I'd love to try that and put it on my top 3, but yeah, they're just so hard to find right now. They're like selling out like crazy.
And your top 3 racers all time?
So I said this before, but I've been working out in the Puma Fast R3s. Like those, just got those. I think those might take my number 1 spot. My number 2 spot is the Nike Alphafly 1. I feel like they just nailed it the very first time they tried, or the very first time they made the Alphaflies. And then top 3's gotta be maybe the Saucony Endorphin Elite. I raced like a few marathons in those and they have felt pretty good.
Adam and Mica, what did you try on and what did you decide to pick?
So I tried the Cloud Monster Hypers. I've been meaning to try this for a while. These were really nice. And then I also tried the Brooks Ghost and the A6 Gel Nimbus.
Nice. What was your favorite?
I would say between, I don't know, at first I was looking for like a fast long run shoe, so I thought, you know, the Cloud Monster Hypers would be great. But now that I'm thinking about, you know, potentially doing a marathon soon and building on my mileage, I think I actually really need like a workhorse shoe where I can, you know, just get the mileage in. So I think I'm doing A6 Nimbus.
Nice. Today I tried the Cloud Monster Hypers. Same as Mica. Tried a pair of these. I also tried the New Balance 1080s. Worn these in the past. And then the A6 Super Blast. These are my top 2. They're good. They're different in different ways. But I like the Super Blast. I think it's more versatile. So I think like this is the shoe. This is the shoe.
And it's pretty.
And it's pretty, as Mica said. Yeah.